by you attaching yourself to Cowboy like this and saying it's cool. Now, if I never met Cowboy and you told me Cowboy was a rat and you showed me the paperwork and you show he's on Megan's Law, I'm going to stay away from this dude. I'm not going to go take no picture and be proud of I got a daughter. You know, I'm not going to be proud to take a picture with somebody who has a lewd act on a 14-year-old, you know, who's a high risk on Megan's Law. You know, fuck the street shit, fuck the street code with the telling. I'm not fucking with no sex offender who's a high risk on Megan's Law. I'm just not doing it as a man.
I looked up Cowboy's sex offense, and it was not, from what I saw, it was not a 14-year-old. It was just.
You must have looked up 1992. You got to look up 1998.
Correct.
Lewd act on someone under the age of 14.
I didn't see that on the Megan's Law.
Yeah, you got to look it up. You got to go to People Finder and look up all that stuff. All that stuff comes up. It'll do a PSI background.
Well, when you go to Megan's Law, it should list everything. They do have the 1992, which is not a 14-year-old. It's just a sexual assault on a woman during a robbery.
No. You want to pull up right now? Because we need to clear this up right now, too, because he's telling people it's from a robbery and a scratch of the breast. No. I did a whole video on it and dissected the actual code, the penalty that he's charged with.
Well, you got a video on this.
I have an actual video on my page.
Okay. Shout out your page so people can look that up.
At Six Hunnet, the number 6, HUNNET.
Okay.
6 Hunnet.
Because I'm not here to dissect.
Yeah, go to 6 Hunnet, expose this Cowboy. You know, he's foul.
Now, but why doesn't that appear on the Megan's Law database?
Well, what I'm showing you is on Megan's Law.
Okay.
I got that from Megan's Law.
All right. Well, anyone that's interested in this, they could just go to Megan's Law. California has a website called Megan's Law, and then you could type in his name, Herman Douglas. When I did it, it shows the 1992 case. But what 6 Hunnet is saying, there's another case on there. So I'm not an expert on Megan's Law, but you guys could check that out if you are interested.
We're going to just go to it right now so everybody can see it, you know. And look at my video so people won't be thinking, you know, somebody lying on somebody's name. Because this is documents. This is all public record. You know, I ain't got to lie on nobody's name.
But this whole thing about Cowboy just came up because he testified in the Eric Holder case.
Okay, so let's get to that. Okay. So.
And I was there, by the way. I was there for every single day of trial. I was there for opening statements. I was there for the sentencing. And I saw the whole thing. And go ahead. What were you going to say?
Okay. So, before we get to that, type in 6 Hunnet drops work on Cowgirl. You know, I said he lied. He's a predator because he lied and said it was in a robbery. Okay. So when you go on Megan's Law, it's going to tell you, type it in and watch the video, man. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so the code is 243.4 parentheses A. Okay, so let's Google this. This is what his conviction was in 1992. 243.4 parentheses A.
Yeah, 243.4A. I don't think that's lewd and lascivious acts with a 14-year-old.
That's not the 14-year-old.
Okay.
But it's not definitely not a robbery.
Well, this is what we'll do. I'll put a link in the show notes to your YouTube channel, and they can just go find it and look it up. Yeah, 243.4 sexual battery. Yeah, sexual battery. That's from the 1992 case.
Okay. So when you click on it and they tell you,
and Cowboy spoke about that. He's explained that during a robbery, he touched the woman's breast in the process of snatching her chain off the neck. And her hands touched her breast. That's what he got a sexual. And there are weird ways to get sexual cases. You know, if you urinate in public,
okay. That might be A, that might be B, C, or D.
Yeah, but if you take a piss on a tree in public, you can get.
Let's read it out.
You can be put in Megan's Law on some weird stuff.
Well, he wasn't put on Megan's Law for weird stuff. So, California Penal Code 243.4 parentheses A, sexual battery. Okay, it's only one paragraph. Let's read it. California law prohibiting sexual battery applies whenever anyone touches an intimate part of another person's body while one of the persons involved is restrained. Okay. The touching has to be against the will of the person touched and has to occur for sexual arousal, sexual gratification, or sexual abuse. Okay. So this doesn't say it could have possibly happened in an assault, in a robbery. This is for sexual arousal, sexual gratification, or sexual abuse.
Yeah. Well, I've never read the specifics of it.
Yeah, it's California Penal Code.
But there's 4 main points that you just put there: sexual arousal, against will, restrained, and touching. So the touching could easily happen. Restrained is very vague. If you're doing a robbery, if someone comes up here and robs us and we can't leave, we're restrained. So restrained is vague. Against their will, anything that happens against us during a robbery is against our will. But the fourth point, the last point you brought up, for sexual arousal.
For sexual arousal.
Hey, you know how these police can be and these DAs can be in these charges. You know, they could throw that in there. He's taking a deal and he's signing off on it. I give him the benefit of the doubt for the 1992 case. Here's how we solve this. Just pull up that case. Pull up that case, and it'll
1998.
No, this is the 92 case.
Yeah.
You just pull up that case for those who really want to find out what happened, and it'll be more detailed of what happened during that robbery.
And if it was only for a robbery, if you go to Megan's Law and put his name, Herman Douglas, in there, it's high risk. So you're not going to get a high risk on Megan's Law for a robbery for something like that. You get a high risk for something you did for sexual gratification.